All right. Well, hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. This is Shanice M. Wise coming to you from Kansas, Wichita. Am I saying that right, Phillitia?
Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita, Kansas. Girl,
Yeah.
get it right. Get it right. So I am like in a hotel room right now and got a whole lot of work to do, but I wanted to share with you my amazing client who is just beautiful. You can see her now. She's just doing some amazing things in her business. And I wanted to share everyone, share with everyone how Phillitia came to transforming your profits live and her takeaways and how she is just doing amazing in her business and all that good stuff. So, hey, Phillitia. Hey, girl.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing? Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes, yes. So, Phillitia, tell everyone a little bit about who you are. Tell them about who you are and what you do.
I am Phillitia Charlton, and I am in Dayton, Ohio. I am a personal development coach by way of being an educator. So I was a school principal for over 10 years, and I love training, I love coaching, and I think I loved developing, and that's where the nurturing came from. And so I just took all of those different things and decided that I could use those skills to transition into helping other women develop their skills as well. I've had a lot of personal adversity in my life, and I believe that by being transparent, I can help other people navigate their personal issues that are affecting their professional careers.
I love it. I love it. So, Phillitia, let's walk them through our journey of meeting. Okay. So, share with everyone where we met first, and share with everyone what kind of happened. What happened when we first met each other?
Well, we were at a Boss Chicks networking event in Dayton, Ohio, at the beautiful Racket Club, all the way at the top. And
All the way at the top,
all
Lord,
the way
all
at
the
the
way.
top. And I was doing some spoken word there. As I was beginning to brand myself in my business, they gave me an opportunity to speak. And I believe after I spoke, you just told me I did a really great job. And you were just so pleasant and kind. And you said I did a great job. Then you sat back down. And I wanted to know more about you. And so I started asking you a couple of questions and things like that. And you're like, oh, great. Well, I do some coaching and some work, and I just came to support. So if you want to learn more, just give me a call. And I was like, great. And then I said to myself at the time, that's my coach. I didn't say it to you, but I said, that's my coach. But I had no idea how that was going to happen at the time. But just based off your demeanor, your comments were very genuine. You're just somebody who knows their stuff that you can talk to. And so I just felt like that's somebody I want to work with when I met you.
You know what? And I was drawn to you because when I love powerful women. And when I saw you, I was like, I need to know her. I need to know more about her. And I could, when you were speaking, I'm like, oh, if I could just get her, I know I could help her develop so many amazing things. Because just hearing you speak, your demeanor, how your presence, I was like, oh yeah, that's my type of chick. That's my type of chick. So we meet in Dayton. And when was that, Phillitia? That was like last March, wasn't it?
Something like that. It was a while ago. I want to, yeah, it was maybe March or somewhere in there of 2018, but it was very early.
Okay, yeah, I know it was because I just remember driving down there because of course, Dayton is an hour, a little bit over an hour from Columbus. I remember driving down there and I got a hotel and I remember in the morning it was frost, like it was cold. So it had to be around the February, March time frame. So let's fast forward. So we met in Dayton. Fast forward to September. I think I started advertising for Transforming Your Profits Live. The when I had in October around the August September time frame. So what happened then? What happened then?
After I met you, I reached out to you and set up a call, and you let me know what you did and everything. Then you asked me more about myself. I was really impressed with your genuine concern to get to know if I was a good fit for you. I thought that was really impressive. And at the time that I met you, I knew I wanted to coach with you, but I was not ready for many different reasons. But you kept in contact, and then you said, well, I'll keep in contact with you. I'll say, hey, I'll check on you. And when you did that, it was like, I don't know, it was very random. It wasn't like you called me every day to coach me or anything like that. But when I did tell you how I was doing, you said, if you have a question, feel free to ask me. And I'm like, but you're not my coach, because I'm big on boundaries and professionalism. And you're like, girl, stop. You don't have to do that over here. And I'm like, really? Because I do it here. So I started asking you questions, and you didn't know that in between that time I researched you and I was listening to your podcast.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Because I'm like, okay, I need to figure out, like, why am I led to this lady to be my coach in a season where I don't think I'm ready? And I was like, well, let me just keep looking and checking her out. And so then you reached out upon the time that you had your conference. And so the Transforming Your Profits. And so in the background, in between time, you were doing your thing, and I was just kind of researching you and looking on my own.
Nice. So we talk, you come, and I was so excited when I heard from you. Were like, I want to know more about Transforming Your Profits. I sent you the link, and then I know in the midst of that time frame, I think your sister passed, didn't she?
Yes.
That was when your sister passed. Yes. And because I remember that time frame, it was something going on with me, and I'm like, I got to send you a card.
Yes.
So sent you a card, and then I didn't hear from you for a little bit, and then you just popped up and registered.
Yes.
I'm like, this chick knows what she gonna do. She's like, I could tell I'm strategic, so I could tell that you were very, very strategic in how you did everything. Because even in the midst of hardship, heartache, you still registered.
Yes.
And not only did you registered for VIP.
Yes.
So in my mind, I'm like, she knows exactly what she wants. So you register, and then on that Friday, you walk into the doors at Transforming Your Profits. What did you think before you came? Because you are very, like you just said, you're very boundary, and you have your walls up. And I thank you, God, that I'm breaking them down. Thank you, Lord. But you're very guarded. You're very guarded. You're very protective of your space. You're very protective of you. So in your mind, coming to Transforming Your Profits, you had never been to it. You didn't know what you were walking into. What were you thinking about?
I really need this. I need this, and I need to know what this is all about. Like I said, I felt connected to you, and I was doing some research on your other clients and things. And I felt like if I give up in the middle of my hardship, I don't know how I'm going to ever come out. And so I'm a person who I push through adversity. And so I knew that I would be very upset with myself if I didn't at least try. But it was a fight to get there. But I wanted to get there because I knew that you had something that I needed.
Because I even remember, Phillitia, when you walked through the door, it was still like I could still see a little bit of heartache and pain.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, when we lose a loved one, that doesn't go away. It just doesn't go away. We just deal with it better as life goes on. But that pain, that hurt, it doesn't go away. But I remember you walking through the door, and I could just still see it on you. And then we were in our VIP session, and you sat down. So where did you, like, throughout the whole time, the Friday night, everything we did with mental transformation, and then on Saturday when we dealt with branding strategies, marketing strategies, developing your speaking platform, and then on Sunday, product and packaging, what were some things that you took away? Talk to me about how you felt even the whole weekend.
Well, first, walking in, one of the things, your VIP is very different. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced. Because usually when you think VIP event prior to the event, it's more of a social type event. And so I was really shocked. And I think that's what you saw when I came in, because I kind of took my time and walked in, and you were up and teaching. And I was like, oh my gosh, what did I miss? And so that's more of what you saw was my frustration of, like, if I knew that this was going to be this, because I didn't know you yet. And so you don't play, and you take VIP very seriously. And if you pay for something, then you're going to get something extra. And so I was still adjusting to your leadership style, and you give everything that you completely have. I know that you pour out and you do it with grace, and you do it unapologetically. And so I think that was what, and I was hungry, but that was what.
Like, give me some food. Yes. I just drove in. I need some food.
And the weather was horrible. So I was like trying to find you. And then there was an accident. So it was a detour. So when I walked in, I'm thinking social hour, and it was like page 4. I was like, what? Wait, hold on. So that's a lot of what you got. Was some hangry, and then some anticipation of, wow, this is a real class. This is a real workshop. And so that's what you were getting. So I think that one of the experiences I understood was you mean business, and you were knowledgeable about what you were presenting. And so that's the first impression. Also the courtesy of your staff, the people that were helping you, the volunteers. When I walked in, I knew where you were. I was greeted immediately. I felt very comfortable. I was greeted at the door, and then I was greeted along the way to the event. And so just the professionalism and the kindness that was exhibited by the people that were working with you, I was very impressed with that from the beginning when I walked in.
Amen. You know, every little piece is important. When you say every piece is important to your puzzle. So we're at day 3. We're closing up. What were some takeaways from transforming your profit? Because literally I tell people, you come to the 3-day event and you may get everything that you need, and you may not need any more of me. And then you may want more of me, because now you're like, ooh, I know what she can do, what she can provide. So you're like, what can I figure? Like, I got to figure this thing out, how I can work with Shanice. Like, what were your biggest takeaways, and how did you feel afterwards?
My biggest takeaways were your concern for our emotional well-being. Even though you're extremely knowledgeable, you're extremely compassionate. So in my career, I don't meet the same very often. I met some really great people, but some people who are knowledgeable lack compassion. And so I felt very warm, and I felt like I could trust not only what you had to bring, but who you were as a person. And those things are, as you said, they're very important to me, especially when we're talking about building a relationship and being together and being accountability partners and being my coach. And it just was really important to me. And so I saw those things. I loved the structure. I think everything was very structured. Everything was very professional. And you let some room for some being personable. Even though I didn't know you personally, I didn't feel like I was on the outside of a group, because sometimes when you walk in and you don't know everybody, I didn't feel like, oh, I can't talk to her. She's untouchable. She's too busy. She doesn't want to talk to me, or she's way up here. I felt like you made yourself available. And then whenever you were busy, which was not very often, because you set it up where we could interact with you, then your staff was able to come in and adjust and answer those questions. So I never felt ostracized when I was there. The other thing that I really truly loved was I'd done a lot of work prior to coming to you, but just because I had done a lot of work doesn't mean I knew what to do with it. And so I knew that too, because I knew that with you start people at all different levels, but my preference for your talent was to take me further, not to build me. And so I'm like, I don't want to be built. I need to go wherever she's going. I need to go where she's going. And I just loved your knowledge. And so some of the things that were new to me that I was learning to build on that might have seemed foreign to other people, you were like, oh, I know about that. Oh yeah, I got a person for that. Here's a connection. It wasn't just 10 steps to what you can do. No, this is what you can do. This is why you should do it. This is how you should do it. And this is who you can do it with. Those areas were not missing. And so I was very impressed with the knowledge base to connect the things that I had already been working on. So I felt like I wasn't in a class where I was just beginning. I was in a class where I could be pushed forward, which is what I knew I needed.
Girl, you should see, I'm like focused. I'm like, this chick is bad. You know, I'm always telling you, if you could just see what I see in you, if you could just see, I literally, after we get off of this interview, I want you to replay it back. And I want you to listen to yourself. You are phenomenal. Don't ever, ever doubt how God has created you. Don't ever, ever doubt what the gift that God has put inside of you. You are meant to be on a large platform. So I want you to start, look, here I go coaching, but this is the Holy Spirit. So I'm gonna just go with it. I want you to start writing down what your large platform is going to look like. I want you to, like, who's going to be in the audience, where you're going to be speaking at, who you're going to be speaking to. I was looking at something on Instagram. I follow somebody and they just got a speaking opportunity with Steve Harvey.
Wow.
At his next event. I can see you there. I can see you there. So I want you to start visualizing the biggest platform. And I want you to line that bad boy up, because I so see you there, Phillitia. You're amazing. And God is so good, because I pray for my ideal clients. I'm like, Lord, make me a magnet to women who are hungry, women who, they understand what it takes to get to the next level. They understand the investment. They understand that, we can only take ourselves so far. We need someone who is doing a little bit better than us. Yeah. Because when they're taking us up, then we're taking our clients up. And it's just a constant, like up ladder, like everybody's climbing up the ladder. So, I mean, you're amazing. I totally adore you. And I'm just excited that God has uniquely woven us. Is that the right word? Woven us.
That works.
Okay, it works. Okay. He's woven us together. So I just appreciate you. And when I go back and I think about transforming your profits, I so can see your transformation. And a lot of people they say they want something more, but the action doesn't match it. Yeah. And I am sure that there have been people who have clicked on the link and said, I want to go to that conference, but I don't know if I can afford it. I got this going on. I got that going on. And they just automatically start telling themselves why they couldn't do it instead of why they can. So thinking about the investment, thinking about all that, what made you look past it and say, you know what? If I don't do this now, I don't want to be here next year and still be in the same place. What made you just jump and go ahead and register? Because someone listening right now is on the verge of wanting to register, but they're trying to figure it out financially. They're trying to figure out how they're going to, get the kids together, how they're going to be able to take away. I was talking to a young lady yesterday and she was like, well, I just don't know how I can take 3 days like that away from my job, away from my company, away from my business. So talk to that person.
I would say you can't afford not to, because these investments are investments in what we say is our purpose in our life's work. I look at it like we'll pay money to go to a college and we walk away still needing. We pay money for workshops and professional developments to be motivated, but then we walk away still empty. And so to me, this is an investment in something that is tangible. These things are things that are tools that are that you can literally put into your business whenever, and even when you were not my coach at the time for the training, I walked away with a workbook. I walked away with my VIP Audible CD. I walked away with all kinds of exercises that I could do. I walked away learning how to do speaker sheets and things and set up my website and things that I should have in my business and people that should be on my board. I, didn't even know I needed a board. And so I think these are things, if you say you're serious, then to me, you can't afford not to. And I was a person who was like, at that time, it was like you said, emotionally, it was extremely emotional for me. But I also knew that if I looked up this time next year and was in the same place, that I would literally be sick, because I am very serious about my work. I know that there's a gift in me, and I know I need help beyond making phone calls and talking to my husband, bending his ear off, talking to my girlfriends who are happy for me, but this is not what they do. And so I thought that I need to focus my attention on someone who can specifically grow me. And I need to dedicate to that person. And I also need to invest in the growth, because I think it's really unrealistic to believe that you can get everything off a podcast, a webinar, or off the internet and put it together in a way that's going to benefit you. And so that's where, when I walked away from there, I still at that time didn't know what I was going to do, but I still knew. I was like, okay, God, you said she was my coach, but I'm still not seeing it. And so I had to really pray about it, because the conference really helped me understand why. I knew that we were connected and drawn, and I was impressed with you, but seeing exactly what you did and what you could do for me and how you care for your clients and your knowledge base, that made me really determined to figure it out.
Amen. 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 So share with everyone. I want to kind of turn it to what you do, because, you know, I always love making sure that my clients shine. So share with everyone who your ideal client is. So if someone is listening right now and they need your services, share with them who is your ideal client and how they can reach you. And of course, I'm going to tag you in this. So if they want to click on your name, but if because I upload this to YouTube, how can they find you?
They can find me. I'm on Instagram under The Death of a Lie. I am on Facebook under The Death of a Lie. I have my webpage, which is right behind me. It's turned backwards, but it's www.charltoncharlton.com. And what I do is I help career women and professional women deal with personal issues that affect their professional lives. And I kind of call it, I deal with women who might be considered middle children, where they're supposed to be satisfied with everything that's going on in their lives. They're not at the beginning of their life. They're not at the end, but they're in the middle, and they feel stuck and they feel paused because they don't know what's hindering them from being exactly what they need to be. And so some of those women have been in their careers for a long time, and they no longer want to do that, but they feel guilty about that. And so some of those women have personal issues in dealing with their health, dealing with how they see themselves, dealing with their perceptions, dealing with their families that are stopping them from being their best at work. Some of those women are already leaders who are good leaders, but they want to work to become great leaders. So I help those women make those connections in those 4 areas in their personal life and show them how that could affect them as professionals. Then I teach them the skills and the tools that they need to manage, identify, or eliminate those issues so they can properly brand themselves to the next level.
Y'all, she's the bomb.com, right? So you heard exactly who Phillithia's ideal client is. So if that's you, if you're listening, I just really challenge you to reach out to Phillithia. People don't sign up for coaching because they're not experts. She's an expert at what she does. She signed up for coaching because she wants to transform her business and take it to the next level. This is a 7-figure woman. And she is walking into her purpose. She's walking. And like I said, if what she said to you is like, oh my gosh, I need her, please make sure you inbox Phillithia. So as we close out, my love, what is something that you want to leave everybody with? What's a quote, something about, getting registered for Transforming Your Profits ASAP, just whatever you want to leave the audience with.
Well, with the Transforming Your Profits, and then I'll do my quote, but with Transforming Your Profits, I would say, no matter where you're located, Shanice is definitely worth the trip. Because if you're going to make an investment in yourself, you want to make it with someone you can trust. You want to make it with someone that's knowledgeable, and you want to make it with someone who's successful. She's not starting up and beginning. Shanice is successful. And that's what impressed me as well, is the fact that she's doing this and that she has the money behind her. And she also has that's important to me, because I need to be with somebody who can show me where I need to go. So if you need that in your business and you want somebody who cares about you, who's concerned about you, who can uplift you, affirm you, and help you get your money right, Shanice is definitely that person. And even in the short time that we've started, we've already taken off, and I'm so excited. And I feel so much better because some of those things that I was struggling trying to put together, she just comes in and moves them around. And it's like, here you go. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And based on that, just closing 3 clients after we just started not even a month ago. Yeah. So it speaks for itself. The quote that I want to leave is a quote that I learned in high school, and it's something that stays in my heart. It's, without confidence, you are twice defeated in the race of life. With it, you have won even before you have started. So I challenge you to be confident in your decision to invest in your business. I challenge you to be confident and invest in yourself. And I challenge you to be confident in whatever your gift is. And I challenge you to be confident that Shanice is a person that can help you bring those things forward.
Hey man, you rock. You rock. I'm so excited for you. And again, thank y'all for joining me. I know I am in a hotel room right now, so you see the back of the hotel with not a lot of light and all that. I am teaching tomorrow at a telecommunication company on personal development and leadership development and business development. So excited for that, and just happy I was able to take the time, find the time for us to chat. Phillitia, thank you so much. I adore you. I'm grateful for you, and I pray many, many continued blessings, because honey, you already blessed.
Yes, I
pray
am.
continued blessings over you and your business, and I value your time. So I appreciate you joining me on today. Thank y'all for joining. Make sure y'all leave us some comments. Make sure you connect with Phillitia. Make sure you click on the link, and it's Transforming Your Profits Live. It's Friday, March 29th through Sunday, March 31st. Okay? 29th through the 31st, you'll get to meet Phillitia. She'll be there. You'll be able to talk to her, all that good stuff. So make sure you register ASAP. It is a very intimate crowd. I do not allow a whole bunch of people to register because I'm really, really focused on that whole individuality connection. I just made up that whole word. So love y'all. Have an amazing day. And again, please share this. Share it, share it, share it. It may not be for you, but I guarantee you, if somebody is following you who needs this, they're going to be so appreciative that you did share it. Thank you all. Thanks, Phillitia.
Thank you.